Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're here with the singles champion of the 2021 Hall of Fame Open, Kevin Anderson. We've got a bigger crowd today, so I'll ask you if you have a question, please raise your virtual hand. If you don't know where that is, it's down low on your screen where it says reactions. You'll want to click raise hand under reactions. We're going to go ahead and begin with Nina.
Hey, Kevin, congrats. What does it mean to win a title with your daughter here?
Yeah, that was really special. My wife mentioned to our nanny earlier it would be nice, win or lose, if they could come over, and I was like, it'll be much nicer being able to get the win. And as soon as I managed to close the match, went over and was with my team, and I mentioned to Kelsey it would be great. And she was already on it, so just seeing her afterwards and experiencing that with them for the first time was really nice. And hope we got some good photos because Kira was more interested in running around on the grass and posing for photos. But it's been really special being with them this week, just with everything. I've been traveling by myself. So, my wife's been traveling with me for years. So that's been a little bit tough not having her around. So it's been great that things are sort of a little bit back to normal and I've been able to, spend the week with them.
All right, Bill Koch.
Kevin, congratulations.
Thank you.
He obviously really made you work for it. He's a hungry player who's done well in the challengers this year. I wonder, just in the big points, how much your serve was a benefit today, how well you felt like you had control of that stroke, particularly on the weekend, 36 aces and only 7 doubles in 2 matches.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really tough match. I was really impressed with the way, Jensen played. I mean, especially being in his first final, and I felt he really raised to the occasion. I mean, I really had to play some good tennis to get through today. And I mean, in the first set, I think, I felt like he had some more opportunities than I had. I was able to play some really good points in big moments, served well, and then, I was able to get off to that good start in the second set, and then continue to take care of my serve games. But a very gutsy player, good hands. I hadn't seen him playing up until this week. I just know he's won a lot of matches, won several challenges, and the level at challenges is very high. So to have that success, he knows how to win matches. I've seen him working really hard this whole week. I think he's got a very bright future ahead of him.
All right, Ken.
Kevin, with all the work you went through after the knee surgery last year, how rewarding is this, especially with all the rehabs and everything you probably had to go through?
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice to be back in this position, and it's been quite a while, quite a journey. Knee surgeries, several other injuries, a lot of time on the practice courts and trying to figure things out, finding your game, finding that trust, dealing with those sort of different difficult moments. So, getting the title really means a lot. It's a great start for me. Heading into the rest of the summer and the rest of the year. I kind of felt like I've been knocking on this door to sort of find that little breakthrough. It's still a journey, and there's still a lot of steps to go to where I want to get to, but this is a very important step for me.
Chris.
Kevin, congratulations. Going to ask a question along the same lines, wondering if you feel like you've turned a corner a little bit. I know you played great tennis since your surgery. Vienna last year, Estoril seemed to build momentum, but to win 5 consecutive matches and for your body to hold up, just how important is that for you in terms of what you want to do over this next year or so?
Yeah, I mean, it's very important. It's been a long time since I've been able to play, 5 matches like this. So I can take a lot of confidence. It's a bit of trial and error of finding out what works, kind of what treatment, what you're trying to do on the rehab standpoint. But I think for the last while, I know Estoril was really difficult because it wasn't even that bad of, an injury. It just was really unfortunate timing that just cost me, really the whole clay season. And that's kind of been a bit of a case this year. But in the last while, sort of the bigger things I've been able to keep at bay, and I've been able to give myself an opportunity to come out and play day in and day out. And that's what you really need to do. Not just to have success, but to build that momentum, build that confidence in your game. So conditions were really tough this week. I can take a lot of confidence. in the way I responded. And I think it was a really big stepping stone.
Just a quick reminder, if you have a question, you can raise your hand under reactions on Zoom. We'll go to Dino.
Hi, Kevin. Congratulations. Tremendous victory today.
Thank you.
I would like to ask you is now that we're starting the hardcore season, things are going to be tougher. We saw you at the US Open as a finalist. What are your expectations now that you are making great progress right now this year? And also, you could talk about your advocacy for the environment. That's something that I've been wanting to ask you, how you feel about that, and are you winning on this side? And you seem to win a lot of people also on that side in terms of the environment, what you're doing for the environment.
Well, I mean, immediately it's going back and adjusting to the hard courts. It's very different on the body. It can be more stressful at some parts. So I've got a few days off, and then training, and then getting ready for Atlanta. Got Atlanta, and then Washington, and then I'm just not sure. It depends on entry cuts and stuff. But in terms of expectations, I really want to build on this. I want to keep the same process going. I'm not, sometimes the match wins, and the results. As much as obviously I'm going to be fighting for those, the things I have most control over is the way I'm playing, my attitude, the way I'm competing, and that's what I want to keep building on. That's what I did a great job on this week. Every single match, just keep building on that process, and that's the way I've always worked. It's a path, it's a journey. It's committing to that as much as you can, and it's been tough at times, but I feel like I'm definitely on the right path right now. So I have high expectations going into the rest of the summer. I mean, I want to compete and play for the biggest titles of our sport. I mean, I want to be one of the people competing for US Open in several weeks. I certainly feel like I have the ability to do that. And I feel like I can take a lot of confidence in my body as well. The second part of the question, I mean, yeah, I feel like the ATP is, I think, is going to be in the next while. We really worked hard in creating some more sustainability and more awareness in that side. I feel like we were pretty close to taking bigger steps, and that's right when the pandemic hit, and it was very difficult not even having a tour, and then just trying to get the tour off back and running. But something I'm very passionate about, and I think that the sport of tennis can really make a big difference there.
All right, final question, back to Chris.
Kevin, I was wondering if you could comment briefly on the Olympic situation that we have this year. Given that you have the pulse of the locker room and know the types of decisions that the players are making, we're missing 13 top 25 players from Tokyo, and some decided not to play, just maybe to rest. And I just wonder if you could take us through why that decision is so tough this year, and why it's different maybe to play Tokyo and give up such a great, tremendous opportunity to play the Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's really a tough one, and everybody's going to have, different reasons. Obviously, from the outset, just with the, pandemic and protocols, it's been very difficult and challenging, week in and week out. So, from that standpoint, it's, I can sort of sympathize with some of the players. And on the tennis circuit as well, it's, just a few weeks later, it's, you got, Canada, Cincinnati, US Open. And then, we're looking at potentially going back for Shanghai, then Indian Wells. It's, very jam-packed calendar. And, then it gets into that sort of tricky debate. And I don't know if I want to put my toe in that just yet of, a lot of tennis players are competing for, as important as the Olympics are. I think it would be amiss to try and pretend that it holds exactly the same weight as it does in, athletics, and where these guys and, men and women are periodizing their whole calendars 4 years out to this is their crowning moment. And with tennis, we look at the 4 Grand Slams each year, and so it's kind of weighing up those two. Everybody would have different sort of goals. I don't think anybody would not or play down the importance of the Olympics. It's it's the pinnacle of, you know, sports. I mean, there's so much history. I mean, it's an amazing event, and I mean, I really hope that the event goes as successful as possible. I mean, there's a lot of questions. I mean, just seeing what different people are saying and whether they can even host the event, just given the circumstances. I mean, I can only begin to imagine, you know, the challenges. So, I, for one, I mean, I think it's a, you know, in terms of sport viewing, it's some of the best. You know, you wait all 4 years for this. So, I mean, I really hope it goes out without a hitch. But, you know, just in terms of like the tennis numbers and stuff, as you said, I mean, it has been challenging. And I think probably partly of just a symptom of us being in pretty tough conditions for, you know, over a year now in terms of these lockdowns and restrictions. I'm sure that's playing into the decision of a lot of players.
All right. Thank you very much, Kevin, and thank you to everybody for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.